My earliest music memory is of singing a lot and growing up in a very unmusical family. And then a grandmother of all people, this dour grandmother, saying to my parents, "Will you just buy him an instrument?" So that's mine. And then from there, going to joining the school band in year 6 and playing the trumpet, and from there piano. And then I remember my first Musica Viva experiences, which were going to Llewellyn Hall in Canberra when I was probably 17 or so, and just the joy of hearing music played at that level was something profound. The idea of Musica Viva in Schools, which is 40 years old, it's astonishing to think of that, but the idea of it was that twofold, that Australian musicians should be given a platform to perform in different arenas, not simply in the concert hall, but actually to extend their skills. And the second part of it was really to say, kids deserve these encounters.
I really remember one show that we did in a very small town in New South Wales, it was, and at the end of the show, one of the smallest young gentlemen in the front row, he put up his hand and he said, "Can you feel the music when you play it? Because I can." And that was it was such a great question because he was kind of affirming what his experience was and, just checking that we were the same as him, and whether or not that, he felt something emotional or whether he was actually talking about feeling the drums through the floor. He could feel the vibration of the music, through his whole body. That really stuck with me.
The first concert I ever experienced, I was in year 11, and we had a Musica Viva group come to our school. It was Gallipoli the Stuck, a jazz group, and I was a trumpet player at that point. And I remember asking them in question time, "So what do you do for a job?" And the trumpet player said, "Well, this is my job, I play music." And I just went, "What? You can do that?" And it just completely opened my world.
Our highlights always are based around the kids being exposed to a type of music that they've not heard before. And to hear a grade 9 boy saying, "Oh, I usually listen to rock and pop and AC/DC. I've never heard this type of music before, but I really like it." That was definitely something that stood out for me.
My first memory of Musica Viva was actually when they came into my primary school in Sydney's Inner West. I remember that day there was a percussion player who played on a marimba, and he told all of us, he got 2 sticks and said, "Anything can be a musical instrument." Well, after that, we all went back to the classroom, picked up sticks and were banging around the room all day. So I don't think the teacher was too happy, but in a way I think that's just amazing how these musicians can come into schools and really inspire all the kids.
I had a chance encounter with a brass instrument in year 6, which completely changed my life. And every musician I know who talks about those chance encounters just goes, "Wow, it's one of those sliding doors moments, and what if I hadn't kind of stepped through at that moment?" And that's what Musica Viva in Schools does. It gives students, kids, the opportunity to have that chance encounter with their own creativity.